What is up, guys? CPK here, and today I'm bringing you another Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 video commentary. That's right, we are on the map Fire Island, and spawning in the bottom left of Fire Island as our green empire, it is m8ts Eminence. And then spawning up in the top right corner of Fire Island, spawning as the yellow allies, we do have the one and only m8ts Vindies. So that's right, we have a m8ts team kill going on in this game. Looks like a single racks coming out of m8ts Vindies power plant out on the water. We got the one dog going down the middle, two dogs, sorry, so we got some scouts going around. Looks like he's just gonna be going for this one racks. He's gonna be content with just trying to take over this one oil derrick. Then we have two dojos coming out of m8ts Eminence. One dojo deployed back at home, another dojo deploying here near this oil derrick, or it's moving near this oil derrick rather. Imperial warriors are coming out. He is streaming them forward using the bonsai charge to kind of close ground. Early MCV move. We got a battle mark over here. That's just a burst drone being shot down by an javelin trooper. Over here looks like Vindies was not Vindies. Eminence was able to capture this oil derrick. Imperial warrior does get cleaned up by the attack dog. Looks like Vindies was able to sneak his engineer through and capture this oil derrick, so he did get the $500 cash back. But Eminence he has his engineer coming out, and he's going for the recapture. Dog moving around, probably just for the scout. We have Riptide ACV, and we see another engineer. So what's he planning? Is there an engineer inside of this Riptide? Is there anything inside this Riptide? Well, we'll have to keep an eye on it. So we have a sell-off of the seaport. Not sure if I agree with that, but let's see how this goes for us. We have the Riptide going. Yeah, okay, there we go. Got some micro going on with the Riptide and the javelin troopers. Oh, burst drone detonating on top of that Riptide. If another burst drone comes out of this Imperial dojo, it could potentially chase this down. I think one more explosion would do it. But okay, so we have more of the. Oh, that engineer. There you go. That engineer doesn't need to. He doesn't want to be outside of that Riptide as much as he can help it. We have the PKs and the Riptides cleaning these guys up. The dojo sell off and does go down. We have the airfield. Forward placement on the airfield. Still have space here behind the refinery, likely for another power plant. We have m8ts trying to deny. Oh, he almost gets that engineer. Honorable discharge gets that engineer. Oh, this Tengu, if he's fast enough, is he gonna get it? He gets it. Both engineers go down. That is 1,000 credits down the tubes for m8ts Vindies. A very good pickup by m8ts Eminence. Over here, oh, we got a burst drone. Burst drone coming in. And it lands. Riptide ACV does go down, so these infantry will most likely be cleaned up. Well, there's the third. There's the third Tengu. That'll help clean them up. We have MCV on the move from m8ts Vindies, so he's likely going to be establishing his third out here on the water. m8ts Eminence, he still hasn't established his third. He's established the Mecha Bay. He's got a Defender VX Core in anti-air mode. Vindicators are out. Vindicator and Apollo Fighter. Is the third base. I wouldn't be surprised to see that going down shortly for m8ts Eminence. It should be going down shortly. We have the Transformer and the Tengus. 4 Tengus in the sky. Maybe that should be just about enough. That should be enough to overwhelm a single Apollo. If another Apollo gets added on, he will of course need to build more. We currently have okay, there we go. He's adding on more Tengus, up to 6 now, so that'll give him a nice set of controls over the air. We do have barracks coming down. Oh, but it gets spotted. Oh, the Tengus get spotted immediately. Engineer gets cleaned up by that Mecha Tengu as it transforms down. We have the Apollo Fighter moving in, but the Jet Tengus, they see it there, and yep, the Apollo Fighter's on the run. The Apollo Fighter knows that it may not be able to win that fight, so Vindies pulls it back. We have a prospector up here. Potentially is in position for a fourth. So okay, so now Vindies is in position for a really strong eco play now. He's got his third established here. And his MCV, with that build radius, he should be in range of his 4th and his 5th out here on the water. So that means Vindies is going to have a massive combat advantage if he chooses to take the economic route. We do have air-to-air combat. The Apollo fighters will, of course, win. The Apollo fighters are better air-to-air fighters than the Jet Tengus are. Just 3-4 Tengus, I believe I saw going down. See, building has been completed inside the construction yard. I would not be surprised if he either canceled it or I didn't see where it did. I think he may have canceled it. Looks like that Peacekeeper was trying to do some damage to the oil derrick, but the Mechatengu transform does stop the PK from doing terribly much. Oh, we have we have another one. We have another engineer coming out. We have 2 engineers. Oh, so where's this other engineer? I think this other engineer is probably going to try and take this second oil derrick on the left side of Fire Island. So now these the Apollo fighters are coming in. Looks like they're going to try to chase away any of the jets. Oh, but there's a lot of jet tangus here. There's a lot. If he rallies, there he is. Eminence sees it. He rallies all of those jet tangus in the same combat group. He could definitely catch out some of those Apollos. Oh, but he's got to be careful with this engineer. He needs to be careful here. His 4th base does go down. Power plant out here on the water. I would not be surprised if he's preparing to take his 5th. And now m8ts Eminence is falling behind now. He's only on this 3 refinery play, whereas m8ts Vindies is now on a 4 refinery, potentially a 5 refinery play on Fire Eye. There it is. 5 refineries for m8ts Vindies to the 3 refineries of m8ts Eminence. Now, this is going to give Vindies such an advantage. Oh, because look, that engineer was actually able to recap that oil derrick, but I don't think it necessarily paid for itself. It did. The engineer, I don't think it paid for itself. The oil derrick went down too quickly for that to really be an option. And then we have just a little line of yellow buildings and units and whatnot. Okay, we have another airfield. We have a secondary airfield out on the map now from m8ts Vindies. So T2 Mecha Bay came down. We have Striker VXs coming out on the ground. Point defense drone jet tangus up in the sky. Those point defense drones will make quite a bit of a difference when they run into these Apollo fighters. And like now, these Apollo fighters, oh, if he rallies them, that Apollo fighter is going to go down. Is he going to get the other Vindicator? Is he going to get it? Oh, he's going to chase it with the other. There we go. He got the other Apollo fighter or the other Vindicator. But what's he going to? Oh, he's had to be careful. Oh, that's a multi-gunner turret. He needs to get out of there now, as there are 4 Apollo fighters. 5 Apollo fighters now, but there are no Vindicators out at this moment. We have 2 in the sky, we have 2 on the deck here, and 1 on the deck over here. We have combat going on. Oh, so the Striker VXs are here. Mechatengus is causing some trouble for the ground game. Looks like 4th refinery for Eminence did go down, but he's still down 1 refinery. However, he could be looking to correct this. He's eliminating this. He's eliminating this collector. Power did go down momentarily. These choppers. 1 chopper does go down as all the Apollo fighters. There are 5 Apollo fighters there. No, there's 6 Apollo fighters there. That's not good for those jet tangus. That's not good at all. Does he get? He got it. He got 1 Apollo fighter with that anti-air turret. That's good. Sneaky. m8ts Eminence. He tries to move up north to take this refinery, only to find out that m8ts Vindies is already there. So now is the position. Okay, so he's going to move his Mechatengus in place, and he's going to completely destroy this refinery. He's going to take it for himself. So at least that's the plan. So with these with Vindicators on the map, though, that could become a problem if he rallies Vindicators up here, because these Mechatengus are it's gonna take a couple of seconds for them to really kill this refinery. So, okay, here comes the Air Force, but here are the Strikers. Do they get one? Oh, they don't get it. This is close. Oh, those points. No. Oh, here comes the Vindicator. Oh, that is so weak. Did they get it? They got it. They got it. Oh, is that thing gonna be able to deploy? It needs to deploy like right now. Okay, he got the deploy. Alright, so now that has the potential to start paying for itself. We do have an MCV deployed rather forward, as now is currently falling under siege to these chopper VXs over here in the sky. We have big air engagement, lots of Tengus, and we have lots of Striker VXs on the ground. With the transform does happen, we have Tengus on the ground, we have choppers in the air. Oh, 1 Tengu gets crushed instantly by that MCV. So we have a lot of chopper VXs here. These chopper VXs, once they get up into this critical mass, mass, they can really start dealing out the hurt. This is now with all these jet tangus in the air, they could deny some of these Apollo fighters. Oh, there's a lot of Vindicators. There's a lot of Vindicators and a lot of Apollo fighters. All the jet tangus are going down. He transforms all of the strikers to the ground for whatever reason, but it does wind up paying off. It looks like he kills the MCV, and there are still 3 striker VXs on the ground. And let's look at some of the aircrafts that hit the triple airfield. That explains why he has all these aircraft. Triple airfield out of m8ts Vindies. But does he have an armor facility or a seaport? I don't think he does. No, he doesn't. He is down to nothing but this airfield play. He has no boot camp. He has no seaport. He has no armor facility. All he has are 3 airfields, and he's down to 4 refineries. So now Vindies is now on the same economic footing as his opponent. So okay, not anymore. So yeah, actually now he's on the same. He was on a deficit beforehand, as I did forget about that 5th refinery from m8ts Eminence. So we have Vindicator just cleaning up a couple of retreating Imperial warriors. So I think that Eminence may be aware that all he's up against is an air allied player, and this group, this is fearsome. You put those tangus up into the sky just to kind of ward off the Vindicators rushing right in, and then you use the strikers to shoot down what would inevitably cause all these Apollo fighters to jump into the fray. I mean, this is gonna be hard for our allied Vindies to really come and put this together. But Vindies is a great player, so we'll see. He always seems to have a trick or two up his sleeve, never fails. So he's starting to push in. Eminence is starting to push in on some of these static defenses. He's going to use the tangus with the Imperial warriors, and he should be able to focus down this refinery fairly quickly. We have the crowdcopters. The crowdcopters are coming out, but he flies right over the strikers, and the strikers just get decimated. Those old Vindicators come by. Oh, but they all go down. All the Vindicators go down, and so many Apollos just take so much damage. Since we do have 2 more crowdcopters out, there are no more Vindicators. He has Apollo fighters. How these 2 fighters are going to get camped. Okay, no, they're quite not. Okay, he is shrinking them. Oh, those strikers aren't careful. Okay, they're about to get crushed if they aren't careful. As long as they're shrunk like that, they have to be very, very wary of where they go and what they do. Okay, so there goes another crowdcopter. Only 1 crowdcopter now remains. He's mixing tank busters into the mix now. We have tank busters coming in, and suddenly this army is a lot more devastating now. It has got the potential for so much destruction. There's so much anti-air here. I think, yeah, there it is. Vindies had to call it in right there, and that's it. That would be game over on Fire Island, man. I think losing that MCV, I think that's what really and truly did it in for him. As you see here, looks like m8ts Eminence was actually ahead on the economics for a good bit of the game. So this is right around the 7-10 mark or so, give or take. Looks like he was able to Vindies was able to overtake Eminence, if only slightly. Looks like that the 5 refineries, perhaps either he didn't have them long enough to really have an advantage, or it just didn't do as much as I would have thought. But the resources do get very close for the latter half of the game. So summary wise, we have 12 minutes and 55 seconds, not that long of a game at all. Our money was very, very tight by the end of that game. We're only favoring Eminence by about 1,000 credits or so. Average income per minute, Eminence was only ahead by 100. So money was very, very close. Unit kill death ratios, Eminence was actually ahead, which it's a little surprising, but given the circumstances, it's definitely understandable. Alright, so this has been m8ts Vindies versus m8ts Eminence on Fire Island. I am CPK, and I will catch you guys next time.